All right. Welcome back, everybody. So today I have moved the push to 8 o'clock just because of well, the cooking was actually quite a bit difficult. I had my meat to be um, how do you say, needed to be spiced up, so therefore I needed to wait 1 hour longer than normally to cook it out. But well, turned out great. And I also learned to cook some new kind of vegetable. I don't know what it's called. It's called it's like a very round thingy, but it tasted like mint, so it was actually quite funny. But yeah, today I want to focus on getting all the grass done and the stump done. After that, I think after that it should be all fine. So what I want to do is draw here, draw over here, fix this bit. So if we can get half the things done, that would be the best option. Of course, it's not always going to be that way, but at least we know we can try. So no further ado, let's get started, shall we? Ugh. Ugh. I'm a little bit on the tired side, but then that's all because I actually had focus today on fixing a lot of proportions again. Oh man, that was no fun. Like, oh, you work on this drawing, and then every single fucking time you look at it, you see that the proportions are directly out of shape. And you're like, well, this is not right. And then you're like, oh yes, and this is not right, and this is not right. Oh my god, why is so much not right? And that is mainly the main problem I had to face with the drawing itself. But now it should be all fine, so... And I should definitely get this to 3.6. Yes, there you go. That would fix a lot of issues. Yes. Alright. So, yeah. Let's zoom out to see if it happens. Oh, I did overdraw it here. So we need to redo that. We cannot have the I did say we cannot have the drawing to be too what do you say? The lines will be very terrible if I do it like that. So I'm gonna be doing this again. So redrawing it is actually fixing most of the issues. Alright. So today we're going to be working on this grass, which you can see is quite a hassle because we need to move all this grass down to the bottom, and we need to work on this bit right here. The main issue with this bit right here is that I need to figure out how I want to do this, so probably I'm gonna make sure that once I draw the trunk, it needs to be looking naturally, so that's the main issue. So we cannot have, we need to make it look like it had been struck by lightning, something like that. But it also increases the things that I need to do around it. So we're going to be first drawing here, and then we move downwards. So we're gonna draw this bit, and then I'm gonna move to the next bit of the drawing. Ugh. But yeah, I'll be working on a proportion today, and the proportion on the shoulder was the main problem. I fixed the hands, I fixed the proportion in the thighs, and fixed proportions in the main body. But then the shoulder was still an issue. I don't know how I forgot that, but apparently I forgot that, like, I was working and then I was like, oh no, not this again. So yeah, I had to fix it, and in the end, I fixed it. Ugh. So much work that I always need to do when I work on a drawing. But the good thing about it is that I'm actually working on it quite well. So that's good. now we need to actually get the tree. Yes, we do need to get the tree trunk. So what I want to make here is that I want to have this broken out. Like this, maybe? Probably. Won't be that believable, but it should work. I hope, at least. There you go. This should work. Now we need to draw over it. So now we need to draw the grass underneath it, just to get that point across. And after that, we actually need to move to get the trunk itself to be drawn in. It's a lot of work, I'll tell you that. But in the end, it will pay off. This bit right here needs to be moved upwards. I also should definitely remove the 50 pixels. I should go to 15, yes. Alright. There we go. Now we can look at this again. Did I draw it too thick? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know for sure though. Could still be fixable, right? Just like that. Whoa. Alright. That is the way to do it. Alright. Now we do need to calm it down. Always keep in mind that when you draw this trunk, you always need to make sure that you always go the normal route when drawing the upper place, because there is no a tree doesn't expect to get chopped or broken down to size. Right. That will work. Yes. Now we can look at this. Is it too much? Let's hope not. Let's hope it is not. Nah. Would be possible. Yeah, it would be possible. Yes, it would be possible. Alright, good. So as you can see, we have now created... Oh, hey, Wolfie. Good day. I hope your drawing will go well. This time I have high, and this time I have high hopes. We've yesterday and the day before that we actually fixed the goddamn pixel problem, so now we only are working on the background, so that would be fine. It's just, you know, that I'm still oh, I'm not using the right brush, don't I? So that's why it is so off. Well, I'm not going to be choosing that one because that is actually looking good. I could redo it, but hell no. I won't. Because this is actually the normal size of the drawing I needed to go for. The less softer one. Oh well. I drew wrongfully. It's supposed to be not that big of an issue, actually. If I just can get on with... well, I did use a very small brush, which should be fine. The thing won't be popping off that often. It's just that I made a tiny little mistake here and there. Well, it happens. Because technically, if I want to do this right, technically I should be removing things like here, right here. I should be, you know, tiny bits. But I did remove a lot. I did use a lot of the drawing already. But we might be able to pull it off. I'm just taking a look at this. We should be, right? I'm gonna be putting some color in there just to get a reference sheet on what and how the color is gonna be if I'm drawing here. Because then I can see the difference if there is any issues whatsoever. Alright, this is clear. This is gonna be happening. Well, it should be fine if I'm it will be fine if I do this. If I do this extra tick, it should be fine. So like that. Yes. All right. This way. We keep the sharpness a bit. But don't screw ourselves over. All right. Well, we did not keep the sharpness at all, but we didn't keep the sharpness at all. Nope, we didn't. But now this should be fine. Why is that not working? Why is that not working intended to be? Because if I draw now, I get this. That is not what I wanted. I want to have sharp grass. So should I then move it to 4? No, because it still gives me... Because I do want to have this sharpness in there, but I don't get the sharpness from there. So did I then use the... Did I remove the pencil part and then, you know... Did I... Because this is definitely too... 2.6 doesn't work either. Right. No. Would be working. That would work. Yes, that would work. Alright. No, that does work. Good. Well, then we're gonna go with 2.75. Honestly, the most important part here is that I'm pressing the button right. And if I'm using 3.6, it should not work because 3.6 gives me, if I press the button, a way too thick line. Yeah. And as I said before, the pencil does its job right. The pencil is for far more sharper drawing. I can show you later on what I mean here, but right now I want to get this thing filled up. Like, that is the main problem, right? Yeah, that's the real problem. Cannot get it sharp enough. It's, very annoying. Very annoying. I cannot get it sharp enough here. Because clearly, if I use this, that it's not too sharp. And 3.6 will be... would work here, but it won't work there. Oh man. Well, we could technically move to a different pencil brush, right? Could we? Oh, we could. We definitely need to. Otherwise, this is gonna be a very painful, blurrish mesh. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move then to the one that I'm already knowing that how to use. Oh, that's so much sharper. Oh, that's so much sharper. Ooh. Sharp brush. This is what I mean. Yes, it does make the pencil obsolete now, which true is, but we need to, otherwise we won't have good grass. And everybody loves good grass, right? Alright, now we need to put this down again. Now let's go to this side, and then to that side later on. So yeah, grass. One of the most scariest things to draw, because, well, you know, we were drawing a whole background just by one layer at a time. It is quite, you know, daring to rely on one drawing to draw it all. And we're not using any merges or whatsoever because we're now a little bit too much of a problem with the coloring. But we should be fine here. Yeah, exactly. Just like that. So, what's going to be happening is that we're going to be using this now for using the last bits, nooks and crannies, and once we draw once we draw all the other trees, we can then use the blur tool to make them softer. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Or at least, you know, that's the plan. The plan is simple, but the plan is quite long. But in the end, it should be fine. It should be fine. I hope everybody is enjoying this, even though I'm just drawing goddamn grass everywhere. It's like drawing wood, but more pointy. Also, wood has some more different on schedules. This is more like shark tooths with long tooths afterwards, so it's like spiky. It's like making little needles in the ground, and small needles afterwards. And the idea is that we're, you know, making it bunch up so that when you look at the perspective view, you're gonna be like, ah, we see the first tree, we see the second tree, we see something in the middle, and it goes down and down and down into, you know, more and more grass. But it will be, you know, uneven terrain, so it would be like feeling like the axe are in the middle, on in the bottom part, and then, you know, it goes upwards and downwards, upwards and downwards, and that's what we're gonna be trying to get at. The main problem is to get to that point is the main hard part here. Because as you can see, if we draw this bit, we need to move it all the way down. So we need to make this all the way. And then we need to draw a second one. We need to draw it over here till here. This one needs to be more blurred out than this one so that we can give the feeling of that it is, you know, further away, more stuff happening, less stuff happening, less stuff to see. It's just grass. Come on, just grass, and some trees and some trees that are going upwards. That's the idea. The main problem is that I need to implement that idea. I need to make it happen while being currently busy with the rest. Right now we have drawn the stump. The stump is now also in there, as you can see. The stump is there in the grass. And now we need to figure out, like, alright, what do we now to draw? Probably some little rocks and crannies again. Yes, indeed, that's what the main idea is. We are drawing and drawing constantly more stuff. We don't want to keep up with the same texture everywhere, because an eye always will get bored, regardless of what you put at it. But if you if you look at some picture, for instance, in a museum or whatever, it doesn't matter where. Your eye always has locations where you want to be viewing. So allow me to demonstrate. So right now we have two focal points right now. We have one over here, red. Red is far more, not red, blue then? Yes, blue is far more. So we have this rock right here. We have this bit right here. So we have two focal points that are now focus points from this side here. So we have one going downwards here, one going downwards here. So eventually we also want to have one here. So there's going to be a rock here that is located to distribute the eye movement. So when the eye looks at this, the eye sees this, the eye sees that, the eye sees this. The eye also sees this, which implements that you also need to follow it up there. So yeah. Then there's going to be also a tree again over here, which in the background, which is in the third layer. So there needs to be one thing. And so you can move. The same goes for here. There is a rock right there. There's gonna be a tree right there, which covers this whole damn spot. Then there's gonna be a second tree right here that also covers the whole spot. So there's nothing over here, and there's nothing over there. We can work with that. There needs to be something over here, something over there, probably a rock again, I don't care. I like rocks. They are quite suitable for most of the things here to displace things. So yeah, that is the idea, and that's what we're aiming at. We're aiming at dividing those little bits, nooks and crannies where we need to be. If you create too much of this, it eventually can cause major issues in the drawing, which is true. And right now we're just drawing the grass. We're drawing the grass with the thicker brush or the sharper brush because we need to get that grass texture in there. And I cannot get the grass texture correctly if I'm using too small of a pencil, nor right now, because, well, you know, this is all sharpened up. This is all sharpened up like this. And the only way to do that is by the other pencil drawing. So, as you can see, we need to now focus on getting right here, get a rock down. Well, we're gonna make a rock down, but we're gonna make sure that the rock works with the flow. So we're gonna draw a rock like so. We don't need to overdraw it. We don't need to make it tick. We just need to draw a rock very gentle. So right here, and then draw it like so. Yes. All right. So now we don't need this. Now we don't need this bit. We just need only the grass to move around with it. So now we have the rock. Now we can move this rock around. Make it uneven, which is a very important thing to do, because nobody wants to look at a clean rock. That is absolutely terrible. So we're going to go for this kind of rock. Then we're going to make sure that we have the texture in it. So we're going to move it down, upwards, downwards, make it a little bit all right. Like that. Good. There we go. We're getting shape into this rock. This rock might look a little bit weird on the side, but it doesn't matter really. What matters is that this rock is the rock that we need to look at. It needs to be looking like it is a gentle rock that is formed like a rock. So any unevens, any inaccuracies, it's all good. We don't want it to be too simplified. Because clearly, if we don't do that, if we do that, this rock will be looking absolutely terrible. Alright. And now we can get this bit up and running. Alright, that will work. Looks like a little bit like a brain, but that is because of this thing right there. Yes, now it looks much better. I think I can also make a second rock right there. There you go. That makes it more natural looking. For a stumpy little boy. And now we move downwards again. Alright. Let's finish this bit up. So we now need to move downwards. So we have this. Make it uneven and continue. All right. And we're now halfway there. And as you can see, right now, boom. We have now done this bit. So you can see already that there is a lot of stuff that has been happening. So that's good. We have now pointed out exactly the places where we need to be. Good. We have put more sentences on the sentences, which is good. Also, we need to make sure that we have this grass being a lot of grass with lots of rocks. Oh, well, not a lot of plenty of rocks, but decent amount. And we have put, so far, we have put 2 extra additional rocks, which is decent. Well, 3 rocks, actually. So that's good. Implements that this place is getting less rocky. Oh, that translates good. Nice. Alright. That looks lovely. Now fix this bit. This is all good. It's quite nice to see how it's going anyway. Ah, man. Oh. That's better. Alright, so once we fill this up, I'm gonna call it quits because I'm a little bit getting dizzy from always doing the same thing. So once this is all done, I will leave it there, and then tomorrow we will try to filter this up. And then once that is done, I can start with the coloring of this part, or I can just move on to the next bit and then color. Depends on what I want. Man, it's a quite hard one actually. Just drawing, constantly the same thing all over again. But eventually, once the whole grass bit is done, it will look nice and pretty. That's for sure. Because then we have like a depth, and the depth is important. Like you have rough grass, and then you have less and less and less rough, more fine, or it's not always the same, but you get it. You need to have variety in the texture itself. You need to have variety in the rocks. You need to have variety in the environment itself around it, and the little details, the little nook and crannies will make it actually the best way, the best drawing possible. At least that's the goal. The goal is to get the moth-hawk project done, and this is the goal. And then I can say, like, after 2 years of working hard on it, almost every day, I can say that, yep, that's me boy, me moth-hawk, me big boy, me beauty. A lovely beauty to sail the sea waiting. And then the sun will sail, and I will rise again. Ah, something like that, probably. All right. This is all done. Grass. It's one of the most sneaky things to draw. One of the most hardest things to draw, especially when you are trying to make loads of it, and your hand gets tired of it as well. You want to know why? Because you're using motions. Use the little tip tap, tickety tap taps on the grass, and we need to fix it right there. We drew a little bit too hard. No, should be fine. Yes, it is fine, I believe. Not fully. This bit right there needs to be fixed. No, it should be fine. Yes, it is fine now. So we have this grass, we have that bit, we have that bit. This bit right here is too thick. Too much color. Can't have that. All right. Yes. So if we now move this upwards and downwards, we can see that that is actually the case, right? Yes. Lovely. It's spread out nicely. It's not too harsh. It's not too provocative. It's not too harsh on the eye. Good. Now we'll look at this, and we'll look at the bigger picture, which is this. We can see that this is the bigger picture. I can now move this again towards this. That will look fine. This will look fine. That will look fine. Good. Send in this again. No, this one. That looks decent. I like it. I like it. Good job on what you have done so far. Thanks. It's quite a lot. I'll tell you that it's quite a lot already today. And to make sure that my hand is not getting overused, I will leave it here. Definitely. All right. I hope you'll have enjoyed for today, and thanks all for watching. And I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and